Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have NCL making a lot of itinerary changes on one ship, and then we have one cruise line that just canceled a ton of cruises on two of their ships. And then we got to talk about Carnival making some changes to the onboard experience. So first off, related to all the troubles in Skagway with the rock slide, one of the largest ships in the Norwegian fleet, the Norwegian Encore, well, they've canceled all the remaining Skagway stops and changed the itinerary for the rest of the season because it is one of the large ships and you're now stuck with the largest dock in Skagway unusable, at least for the time being. So they've decided to switch out the itinerary, and if you're sailing on the Encore, you will no longer be going to Skagway this season. Let's hope they get this all resolved by next year, so Skagway stops aren't interrupted. I know I just did back-to-back sailings on the Royal. First week we went to Skagway, second week we didn't. And the funny part is we pulled up to that dock. We parked at the dock and then we had to tender on the other side of the boat into town. So we're actually at the dock, we just weren't using the dock. They used the boat as a shield, sorry, the ship as a shield in Skagway. If you were looking forward to it and you're on the Encore, unfortunately, you won't be there, but I'm sure they'll have some kind of itinerary, most likely Icy Strait Point for a lot of these cruises. And then we also have Costa. Costa Cruise Line decided, you know what, we're not only going to cancel one or two cruises, we're going to cancel seasons. So we have, I gotta try and get this right. They cancel the Costa Venezia, Venezia, from December 1st to mid-April. All those sailings during that, mostly in Europe, have been canceled. That's the ship that they're also sending over to Carnival, and Carnival will now then be running sailings out of New York City. So I guess there's not enough interest, or the itineraries is too complicated with what's going on out there right now, that they've decided, yeah, it's better if we just stop the sailings and get ready to transfer that over. Maybe the bookings weren't strong enough. But then they also had Diadema, D-I-A-D-E-M-A, Diadema? That's as close as I'm going to get. Costa, starting November 22nd all the way through April 7th, is also being canceled, and then she will be doing some 14-day sailings to the Canary Islands once she restarts. So yeah, a little bit of bad news there for people who might have been interested in going on Costa's cruise ship, but if you're one of those people waiting for that ship to join Carnival, then perhaps this is good news, as they'll have more time now to get that ship ready and make all the changes before she comes over to New York and people step on board. Possibly some good news. Then we have Carnival. And Carnival's making some pretty dramatic changes on board. Maybe good, maybe bad. It depends on your point of view. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, including things that might save you some money, what ports are closing, the itinerary changes, what ships are canceling, all things cruising, we're going to talk about it here on the channel. It doesn't cost a thing to hit the subscribe button. It just says, YouTube, hey, people like cruising videos. Maybe more people would like it. Let's share it to more people, and that's how it helps the channel out and how the channel grows. Again, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who's already subscribed, and thank you to everyone about to do so. Okay, Carnival Cruise Line. Let's start with the really positive news, especially if you have young kids and everything. The Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham Breakfast is returning. This is kind of a fan favorite on Carnival, especially with young children and families. They're going to have the breakfast back. It's been gone since the beginning of the pandemic. And yeah, that's good news. Hey, something's coming back. It's not being taken away again. Something new is coming back. That's the good news. Here's some of the bad news, or at least in some people's opinion. First off, let's talk about Wi-Fi on cruise ships. It was a favorite topic of mine when I was on my last Princess cruise, because there was no Wi-Fi. It was horrible on my cruise. Absolutely horrible. And if you've been sailing at all, you know that most cruise lines' Wi-Fi is not particularly fast, not particularly good, especially if you have to work on board, like a lot of us do nowadays. With the job shifting to more at-home workers, more people can work on a cruise ship and can take those 3 and 4 day vacations and still get some work done. Well, they're raising the prices of their Wi-Fi packages. In some cases, for instance, the value package is going up by 30% starting October 1st. A jump by 30%. I don't know if the speed or your service and Wi-Fi sustainability is going to increase 30% by that charge, but that's what they're going to do. And unfortunately, yes, Carnival has not come out and said anything yet about possibly moving to Starlink like Royal Caribbean has done for the faster Wi-Fi in the area, but they have said something about Wi-Fi. That's right. They're just gonna charge you more. So okay. Speaking of charging you more, remember that when you get back, you just saw a show, you just went out to the bar, you get back to your room and you got the munchies. You order down room service. You order room service back to your room and it's free. You can pick a hamburger, get a hot dog, get some pasta, whatever you want. Well, you can still kind of do that, except now it's going to charge you. And it's not a service charge per delivery now, say like Royal Caribbean and Celebrity do, where they have a one price, doesn't matter what you order, this is the price you're going to pay for the room service charge. On this one, it's going to be a la carte, in other words, per item. And the only one that's going to be free right now is your early breakfast. 6 a.m., I believe, until 10 a.m., a 4-hour window where you can order a continental breakfast. And remember, you can't. They're taking away the door hanger now where you can't order breakfast and leave it on your room. You have to actually call down to room service and make your arrangements now for your breakfast room service. So, okay. But yeah, they say they're going to be removing a couple items from the room service menu, but it's going to grow substantially. There's going to be many more choices on board. And the whole reason for doing this, the company says, is to increase its sustainability, to decrease food waste, to become more of a sustainable ship. Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear sustainability, I'm thinking, zero emissions. I'm thinking zero footprint. I don't know how much I consider, biodegradable food as an issue when it comes to environmental. I might be naive that way. When I think, when I put food in a composter, I think that's it. It's gonna nutrients, etc., right? I kind of feel that way for food on a cruise ship. It's kind of a zero thing anyway, right? But they say it's to cut down on the food waste and it's going to issue. But really, it looks like it's another cost measure. Increasing gratuities back in May, increasing the cost of Wi-Fi, increasing now your room service is no longer free. They want to charge you per item that you order. It looks like they're trying to make back money from the pandemic, which you can completely understand. It's just now you have to consider that if you're a person who uses Wi-Fi or you're a person who uses, room service a lot, which that's me. I use both of those quite a bit because I will go out and do a whole bunch of stuff during the day and around things, and then I will order room service and work at night. And that's my routine. So this is a direct impact on me, which means if I'm planning my cruise, I would have to consider all these little extra charges as part of my cruise. So say I was going to order room service on every second night on a 10-day cruise, that's 5 times, and I say it costs me $20 to do it, that's another $100 that I have to plan into my cruise cost. So you have to think about these things if you're money conscious and you're wondering where your best bang for your buck is going to go, you can look at all the other cruise lines and, okay, who's charging me? Who's not charging me? Currently on Princess, room service is free. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way though, but technically for now it is. Would that be a thing to change your mind if you're somebody who uses this service? I don't know. It just looks like the cruise lines are now back in. We have a big debt that we've brought on from the pandemic. We were shut down through no fault of their own. We were unable to do business. We had to keep going. We had to borrow a ton of money. There was no bailouts to the cruise lines, and they had to keep going. And now they're looking for ways to make back that money and start paying back their debt so they can get more in control of their own finances. I completely see that. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to like it. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. What do you think? How about Carnival cruise ship coming from Luminosa and the new Costa cruise ship coming over? Are you excited that those ships are joining the Carnival Cruise Line brand? What do you think about charging 30% more for your Wi-Fi? Paying a la carte for room service? Some people never use room service, never use Wi-Fi, so it won't bother them whatsoever. But it does look like the cruise lines are looking to try and make back as much money as they can and faster. And the best way to do that is to charge us in some way or another. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.